Wooks and Warlocks contains sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
As such, it is intended for adults. Listener discretion is advised, and content warning can be found in the description.
I'm back, baby. Looks like Xxzantor's gonna have some trouble accepting the truth bombs that have been dropped into his world, but that's not gonna stop me from being the best little bro Xxzantor can be. Someone's gotta keep up with the madness unfolding in the world of Wooks and Warlocks.
Hello and welcome to Wooks and Warlocks, a role-playing tour through the summer of love. In this podcast, we will be playing out a story of adventure and magic using dice and skills to determine the outcomes of our actions. My name is Trey Miller, and I will play the role of Game Master for this journey. I am joined by three of the finest folks to roll the dice. Please introduce yourselves and your characters.
My name's Anthony Ryan. I'm playing Xxxzantor, the ranger bug person.
My name is Jessie Bennett. I will be playing Granny Glenda. She's a half foxfolk, half orc rogue fighter.
My name is John Lombardi. I'll be playing Elijah Woodstone, the Elkfolk farm wizard.
When last we adventured with Trace Kinos and their dear friend Harry Frills, the crew found themselves in an unidentified flying object beyond the realms of reality as they knew it. Inside of this vessel, the crew found themselves at odds with gray aliens in an attempt to save themselves and discover what was ailing Xxzantor, something associated with his long-lost family. The crew ventured around the unidentified flying vessel and eventually found themselves in the center, a command center of sorts. They were greeted by the restrained forms of individuals who looked and claimed to be Xxzantor's relatives, his mother, Isbet, his father, Ikel, and his brother that he did not know existed, Xantog. The three warned them of encroaching danger moments before an avatar of gluttony itself, taking the form of a horrific ooze monstrosity, began to do battle with the crew. In this atmosphere, they moved and eventually triumphed over this gluttonous ooze monster, but not before Drake Farkslot came to its defense, answering some sort of primordial programming in the beast's core. But Xxzantor, dedicated to his beloved childlike Drake, was able to break gluttony's hold over the young Drake, moving Farkslot forward in his progression as a draconic being, and permanently severing the tie to the Dark Lord of Gluttony that first set Xxzantor on his path as a Drake Warden. Now free from Gluttony's clutches, Xxzantor looks on with fury as the crewmates tend to his parents, whom he believes to be some sort of imposters. In the battle with Gluttony, Elijah Woodstone lost his left arm, and Isbet, using alien nanotechnology, was able to begin the healing process to bring Elijah's arm back into this world. We rejoin Isbet, Ikel, Xantog, Xxzantor, Granny Glenda, Elijah, and Harry Frills on the command deck of the unidentified flying object, once more under the control of these beings claiming to be Xantor's parents.
Xantor, don't you want to say hi to your family?
I don't have anything to say to them, Granny.
He's always been like this, you know.
Hey, guys.
I forgive you, Xantor. I forgive you.
Guys,
Isbeth looks at you lovingly like a mother does.
Granny, don't trust
Xantor.
them.
Xantor, it's okay. I don't blame you. We did leave you. We left you on that planet.
Mm-hmm.
We left you on Lund, in Visandia, in the forests of Valbathor. We filled your head with stories of our people. We told you of the worst and the best that we could be. The ant people. That is you, Xantor. That is us.
Oh, don't you bother with him. Ekel looks, he says, he's just being a spoiled brat. I warned you that if we left him with that tribe, if he's left on his journey, we didn't know who he'd run into, and who knows who these two are. And he gestures at Granny Glenda and at Elijah Woodstone. He says, I have seen nothing but chaos from this group, and it does not surprise me that Xantor is acting like a little baby.
Look, I don't know what happened. I don't know who. You look like him. You talk like him. So what? Xantog, give me a break. A new baby brother who I never heard of. Y'all been up in this flying craft for 10 years. I will blow a hole through this thing right now. And by thing, I mean your... Look, supposing you are my papa and my mama, and this is... we're not even going to get into Xantog right now.
Bro,
come on. Leave it. Let it go. Just let it go. I ain't got nothing to do with you no mo.
Isbeth
and
looks
you know
at
why.
You with sorrow.
And this frickin' tail has anything to do with it. These stupid frickin' weapons. Man, I'm telling you what, Pop. I'm not even gonna give you I'm not even gonna say it.
Your Ekel walks away. His arms
I walk
crossed.
away too. Xantor walks away too.
And Isbeth just looks at Xantor and a tear fills her eye, and she looks back.
Xantor wouldn't even know because he didn't even look back.
Yeah, you don't see it. But he looks toward Isbeth looks towards Granny Glenda and Elijah. He says, "I'm so sorry these boys. You know Xantor, and well, his father is his father. I mean, Xantor must get it from somewhere. You must know there's so much to tell you all, but the first thing we need to do is we need to tend to Elijah Woodstone's injuries. I'm
all right over here. I'm doing good. You guys got a lot of family issues. It seems you need to work out. Yeah, this arm's pretty sweet. I have drank enough health potions to feel somewhat stable now. My leg is still in pretty shitty.
And roll for perception as you're saying that.
Oh, terrible perception roll. I'm still just talking to you.
Yeah, so what did you roll? Just for fun.
I rolled a 3.
So you're just talking away and explaining how horribly injured you are, and you see Isbeth's eyes go wide, and her lower 2 arms point at your left leg, or your right leg, and she says, Look, Elijah! And the nanobots that have regrown your left arm have, like fleas on a dog, begun to leap from this new mechanical left arm to your right leg. And the huge chunks of flesh that were missing from the battle have begun to heal. And you see that your left leg is now about 1/3 this high-tech, almost mithril adamantine sort of thing. And because of your new metallic structures added to your body, we're going to increase your base armor class from 10 to 12.
Oh, nice.
So your armor class is going to be 12 plus whatever normal modifiers you have.
Yeah, so it was 14, so it would go to 16? Then?
Yeah, so now your armor is 16 with whatever gear you're wearing, because you're all gassed out to the nines, like a Full Metal Alchemist sort of vibes.
Nice. I'll figure out how to do that in a second. I don't want to do the wrong thing.
As Isbeth and Elijah tend to their injuries, Xantog looks to his brother, who is ignoring them, and looks to the fox folk and human who are standing off to the side. He says,
Yo, you guys. Are you guys cool? I haven't met anybody else ever. I've just been watching, talking, broadcasting. You know how it is, telling the story to the people of the world. My name's Xxxzantor, and he reaches all four arms out to Granny Glinda and to Harry Frills. Xxxzantor, are you engaging with Xantog?
Yeah, he's like outside the room the whole time, but he hears Xantog like talking, and he's just like fucking yells lame. You just hear him yelling that from outside in the hallway.
Man, I really hoped my bro would think I was cool, but you know what? I understand. This is a rough encounter, and everything I know is that he's had a hard time. I'm just gonna be patient and loving.
From what I understand, it sounds like your dad was a bit of an asshole and kind of fucked the situation up a little bit.
Hey, you're telling me. I can't believe, you don't get to choose your parents, right? There's so much to tell. I don't know who you guys want to hear it from, but I'd be happy to fill you in.
So y'all just you saying you've been flying around? Doing what?
Yeah, well,
you fly around in this thing?
Xantor called us the ant people, right? And that's kind of true. I mean, it makes sense if you look at us. We're ant-like. We're, bugs. We all kind of look like ants. I get it. Harry feels like, that's what I was saying. I mean, it makes, all right, look, I'm not trying to be, any sort of way. I'm just saying, you got to, it's just your three segmented bodies with the, all right, listen, I'm going a little, all right, sorry. Harry's going to back out and Xantog will continue. Xantor, did you have something to say?
Xantor's in the hallway, like holding down his antenna, like trying not to hear anything, shaking his head, just like, no.
So Xantog begins to explain to Granny Glinda and Elijah. You see, here's the haps. The deal is, our people, right? We travel through time and space, and we're only supposed to watch. That's the only thing we're allowed to do. Watch, report, and talk. I haven't met anybody since the day I was born, other than my mom and dad. Well, and the Greys. But the Greys don't talk. They don't think. They just do. They do exactly like we ask them to. Now, if you're asking me, that's no way to live. But hey, what am I supposed to do, right? So I decided I'd watch Bro, and I've been telling your story to the whole world. I've been broadcasting it out, intergalactically, interdimensionally, hoping that you guys would win, because the truth is, Mama and Papa, they broke the rules. They broke the rules bad.
I was just about to say, what the hell is Xantor doing on Loon?
Well, the thing is we saw what was going to happen, right? Dig this, okay? Cosmically speaking, all events are in a intertwined sort of egg-like shape, a five-dimensional reality where only so many things can happen. And, well, what your boy, what was that lion man's name? Oh, man, King Kenzie, right? Kenzie, yeah. So, anyways, dig it. He altered the entire timelines just by his simple wish, wanting to be something that he wasn't, the hero of time. He broke the universe.
Don't you dare multiverse theory this.
It's not a multiverse theory, it's a multiverse reality, and we're trying to prevent it. Okay, here's the thing. We knew King was going to need help. And the only way to bring the three of you together, there was only one possible way. And it required one of us. It required Xantor becoming a Loondian. Our people pretended to be a tribe in ancient Lund. They joined up with the other bug folks that were there, and we filled his head with knowledge of our people. Well, I say we. They. I wasn't there. I wasn't a part of it. Forgive me. I've got to...
You hear, like, the sound of a shotgun cocking from out in the hallway.
Roll for perception, everybody, to see if the sound of the shotgun cocking in the hallway is...
15? I think I know that sound.
Yeah, that's the sound of Black Betty.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
That's the sound of Black Betty. You know it very well.
Harry Frills is like, yo, Xantor, the fuck's going on?
The fuck's going on here? Y'all listen to... These guys abducted us. Experimented on us. Possibly killed my whole entire family. Mutated them. Cloned them. Did something to them. So this is not them. Do not trust... Cool. Whatever. Do whatever you want. But I swear to God, you little fuck. And he looks over at that little thing that claims to be his brother. Keep running it. And he points the shotgun, like, right at his face.
Whoa. Not cool.
What? Whoa, not cool. What did you do to me again? Please, look me in the,
I haven't done anything to you.
No, what?
I was born after you were left on
Lied
Lund.
to me my entire life.
I have never spoken to you.
So they're just pretending to look like your
Just
parents?
hid the
I'm
truth.
catching up.
I think that's what they're
I'm catching
saying.
up.
He looks at Elijah, still pointing the gun right at the
Isbeth
Xantog.
looks over and is like, son, there's
Son.
this.
How do I know you're not a body snatcher?
How can we prove that we are not? What do you need from us?
Perhaps we could shoot your dad in the foot and see if
Oi,
the insides.
who the? He looks at you and
We can start with that.
He's like, reaches for his hip and he pulls out a
Look.
blaze saber.
Look.
And he lights it. His
They're
blaze
willing to
saber.
kill me then, Dad. Kill me like you
This isn't
always
about you.
wanted to
That-
do.
Your friend just threatened to shoot me in the foot.
Well, you have to.
My friend,
admit,
your son?
that
He
was
looks
me.
right at the dude.
Well, you want to shoot me now?
Yeah, her friend. You're damn right. My new family. Am I not your son?
You are my son, and you see the blaze saber turn off. A blaze slicer. The blaze slicer turns off.
They don't even know what it's called.
Elijah's head's just going back and forth, like looking one way and looking at the other
Anyway.
person, just like
He
what?
puts it away. He
Dramatic
says, "Son,
fashion.
we want nothing but to help you, and the only thing that we can do is return you to the
Stop.
moment that we
Stop.
take you away.
Stop.
We will do that."
He looks right at Elijah
So
and Granny. He's
they
like,
took you from your home.
they're lies.
Pretended to look. They did just admitted that they pretended to look like your family.
Bingo.
We did not admit that. What are you talking
No,
about?
no, no, no.
I might have misheard.
Elijah's on. Yeah,
I'm still a little woozy.
Yeah.
We're trying to run experiments to see if they're his family, but little old man over there got all feeling.
She was trying to shoot me in the foot.
Tell you what.
Isbeth is just like crying. in
Tap
the
your
corner.
toes 2 times and Black Betty's gonna fire. You know what I mean? I got her on standby. I'm going back out here. And he goes walking back out into the hallway.
Listen, we needed your help. I'm sorry that we involved you in this at all, but I feared. I didn't think we would be able to save little Xantog unless Xantor came to help. We should never have involved you in our family troubles. We only listen. And she looks at you and she says, I've seen the devices that you've gathered. I can give you more aid. You can spend some time in our training zone. It's like a time chamber. You will be able to return to the moment you left Lund whenever ready. But you may make use of all of our resources for as long as you'd like to grow, to heal, and I recommend you do so because the next part of your journey will be harsh. The gods have taken notice. They sent Gluttony to try to steal our ship. The worst is yet to come, and these poor Wooks seem to be caught in the middle. If we can aid you in any way, let us know, but for now, our resources are yours. Rest, train, and then be ready.
Since you're saying you've been doing all this watching and whatnot and flying around observing everything, have you by chance seen a book about yay big? Got like some snaky things on the back of it, inside's all gibberish?
Yeah, bro, it's prophesized. You're going to find it at the gathering. Xantog is like talking. He's like kind of like shaking his hands. He's like, don't you people listen? And Isbeth says, hush, son. Yes, the information that you got from Festivius, that your book would be found in the swamps of sacrilege at the gathering, that information is correct. And you will find what you are looking for there, and perhaps more than you bargained for. Beware.
Definitely gonna need some rest first, so I'll take you up on your little chamber, whatever it is. Xantor's coming along.
I would agree a nap would be great. Although I don't think Xantor will be able to sleep in here.
Do y'all leave the room? Y'all come out into the hallway and stuff, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm out
wherever
in the
they're
hallway.
escorting us, I suppose.
Well, they said you have free roam of the ship,
Oh, okay.
and then I was going to break us off into discussing our level ups.
Yeah, for sure.
And if Xantor wants to have a conversation with you guys before that, I think we should do that.
So y'all come out in the hallway and I'm be like, I heard these. Don't fucking believe these things. I don't know what they are. They're not my mom. They're not my dad. I didn't even know I had a brother.
Well,
I heard these things, and I saw these things when I was a kid. I saw them murder my people.
Did you?
I saw that. No, he's lying.
Do I need to do a deception?
Yeah.
And I do have an advantage.
Yeah.
On
Well, thank you for
roll
telling
for
us.
deception.
Because I'm
yeah.
wearing
Oh,
my
we
zoot
roll
suit.
for insight.
Yeah.
I'm happy to know that he's lying, but does Elijah know?
Okay,
that
do
he's
you want
lying?
to... Elijah
Insight.
can accept the lie if he, trusts Xantor.
I think he trusts him. Yeah, I mean, I trust you with a fucking 4 that I just rolled. I trust you.
He's got a 0 on
I got
deception.
14.
Oh, I got 15 on my first roll, so don't
Oh,
even
wow.
need that.
Yeah, we believe you.
All right. Well, what was this little...
I mean, that seems.
Xantor, I believe
Listen,
you. The problem is like what you're telling me, like not to trust, is like literally a part of my body now. And like this, like you tell me not, don't try, don't trust my own hand.
He's wrong outside a game. He's definitely wrong in this
I
situation.
got middle arm, middle leg.
Hey,
I gotta go with it.
Xantor, you know,
Look
like,
at him, though.
I'd like you to consider,
Parts
what if this wasn't a lie? Like, have you even opened yourself up to that for a moment? Like,
If this is my real mother and my real father on a floating craft, are they the ones that killed and burned all the ones in the village?
we're here, bro.
Detective.
We're on the floating craft. We got here somehow. Like, these beings came to us, right? Why?
Abducted us, Harry. They
Why?
abducted us. And I took out a shit ton. You don't remember them trying to kill us?
Yeah, with the fucking gods we're doing battle with. You know, I had to fought a two-headed snake lady like
gods.
8 hours ago.
That was bar beach shit, man. This is something different.
They didn't have to help us though, so I mean, there's got to be something to it. Maybe it's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of thing.
Yeah, they love to come in and help the tribes. Oh, let's help the little tribes and give them what they need. I'm just saying, if they were so awesome, why did we suffer? Why is all this even happening if they could just snap their fingers, come down with the place slices and the gum papas, and do all the stuff?
I mean, you did know those tools. Those things were pretty badass.
They are badass.
Suffering is a part of life, child.
It's lies.
That's insight right there from Granny.
I just don't want to live a
roll for
life
that
of lies anymore. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this, whatever this is. And it's making me different. They think...
Well, I almost died again, but I'm definitely upgraded now. And I'm kind of excited to see where this goes. Why don't we just... I mean, you've threatened to kill them multiple times, and they haven't done anything. So
That is true.
I think maybe we could rest up a little bit and check out this new shit we got, and then just see if we can be on our way. And if we can be on our way, then we'll do it. If not, then we'll kill our way out.
Yeah, Drake looks up at you and goes like,
For the first moment, he considers what everybody's saying, that it might actually be his fucking family, but he's quickly pushes that thought away, and he's just whatever. All right.
We just ran through this place, man. If we have to, we'll kill the rest of them and find a way out.
We'll see how comfy the beds are.
I'm going to try this new arm.
how long would you guys like to spend on the ship, resting, training, and developing for the next phase of your journey? Remember that you will return to Lund the very moment that you left.
Xantor wants as little as possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the time for a long rest enough for that,
or
right?
maybe 2 days, so enough for a resting day and a training day, or maybe
Or
resting,
discovery.
training,
Yeah,
and discovery.
Yeah.
So 2 or 3 days.
That sounds good to me.
Maybe.
All right. Normally we would start this journey through the level ups with Xantor and go around the table clockwise from Xantor. Because Xantor has such strong feelings about what's going on, and we want to make sure that he has an opportunity to impact the events that happens, we're going to let him go last, so that should he make any decisions that have dire consequences on the party, it will be after everyone else's decisions have been made.
Oh, great.
Elijah,
He's a little emotional right now.
you have theoretically 3 days to spend on this unidentified flying object suspended outside of time and space.
Yeah, so definitely long resting. I'm just going to rest up, let all this new technology kind of attune and, soak into my body. And then definitely when I wake up, I feel, oops, that didn't work. I feel livelier, like I'm a little stronger, and that's from the benefit of what actually kind of worked out perfectly. I was able to pick a feat which is resilient, and I'm going to use that as like the armor that I kind of got,
Yeah, like
a little bit more armor.
Well, the nanotech is infusing with your whole body. That's kind of like evidence that it's jumping around like fleas, and you can actually roll for perception.
Yeah, what color is this stuff?
I think it's like, it looks like the gunmetal, like, yeah, gunmetal
gray
type.
like a bluish, grayish metal gun thing.
Like definitely like a bluish charge to it when it's like working its thing.
Yeah,
but then like just sitting around, dang, my perception has been awful. That's another 3.
Yeah, so you have like your nose is really sharp, right? So you get advantage on perception checks that involve smell.
If it involves smell, I can, yeah.
Well, it's internal. Did you get anything else?
Oh, not much better. 6.
All right, so you're Elijah. You can't quite explain it, but you do feel not just your new arm, not just your repaired leg, but your whole body feels enhanced. You're out of character. These nanobots are traveling through every system of your body, enhancing, reinforcing you, like developing strength. Your antlers grow slightly, and where they grow out, they themselves are like metallic, like your antlers.
Nice, like my silver tips.
Yeah, well, your silver tips are at the top, and your normal like you've been tipped, but now your antlers are growing out as metal. Like,
nice.
The sort of like Wolverine's adamantine claws, how they're bone, but they're covered in a metal.
Yeah.
That's how the nano is affecting you. It's slowly changing you into a more enhanced version of yourself.
Oh yeah.
Isbeth comes in while you're waking up with a tray full of food. She knocks first.
Oh, come on in.
Oh, you're awake. Good, Elijah. I brought you some food. You'll need to eat. The nanobots they work off of regular humanoid nourishment. Whatever you normally eat will power the nanobots. They seem to be doing their work. Wow, quickly. And she points out your horns and is kind of looking over. She says, it seems like they're spreading and fast.
I'm gonna look in like reflection. Was my armor reflective enough? Can I use it like as a mirror? Or is there a mirror around? I can check out my horns.
You could blow on your arm, kind of fog it up and polish it real quick, and then look in it, and you do see, like, much like the darkened tips of a recently bleached blonde runway model, your hair is growing out and revealing a new color.
Added a few millimeters of girth, I see.
It is his girth. Is that what you call it? Oh. Isbeth sort of chuckles and she says, I'm just going to leave your food here, and if you need anything, let me know. But
are they still going to be able to fall off after the season? Because I to regrow them every year.
Oh, I can't say for certain. There's going to be quite a few changes, but the nanobots are programmed to communicate with your DNA. And
so it might like recede and let them shed naturally.
It should all behave the same way as before, but with new material, new organic matter.
Just gets itchy as hell when that happens, so I hope it does its thing.
Well, the nanobots might even improve the itch.
I'll take that. And also another cool thing that the arm did, like when I cast like Dragon's Breath, for example, like instead of it like painfully coming out of my mouth now, like the end of the arm where like the fist would be forms like a dragon head.
Oh, wow.
And like sprays that energy out.
Yeah, so do you go spend some time in the training center, developing your skills,
seeing what it does and how it works.
Use your new stuff.
Yeah.
And did we say it gives a +2 to your spells? Is that what the new arm does?
I did write something down here.
It's a spell focus, much in the way that like an amulet or something like that would be for a cleric.
We did it. No, I didn't write anything down. Right? I'm not sure. If it is a plus?
We'll have to review the tape, but I had intended for it to be a +2 to your spell. So it's
nice.
like an improvement of your spellcaster ability. So the time passes in a classic relatively event-free way for the developing Elijah. Your nanobots that have become a part of you seem to feel the transmutation energy coming out of you and embrace it, amplify it, make it so that the spells you cast through your new arm are more potent than what you're used to. You have hardened. You are now resilient. You have gained access to more ability to use the spells that you know.
Yeah, it freaked me out. My control flame. I went to just bend a little flame and control a little flame, and ended up firing like a charge.
Like a firebolt.
Yeah.
All right.
So then it didn't take my spell slots. So it ended up like my control flame cantrip got upgraded to firebolt.
Alrighty, do a little switcheroo because you have leveled up 2 times. You are now a level 9 transmutation wizard, and transmutation farm wizard, and you have gained more abilities. You have changed abilities that you had before, and you have become a more enhanced version of yourself. Is there anything else you'd like to do on this alien ship before we proceed with the events that will eventually lead to your return to Lund?
No. I'm gonna eat and rest up, and then tend to anything else that Xantor needs. I would assume, and if Granny needs anything, I don't know if we can do any upgrade or how that would work. Oh, we'll wait and see how that works with the baby Bjorn thing that I have on my back. Or
you're like messing with your baby Bjorn, and Ekel walks in and says, "Well, hello there. I see that you've got some sort of. Is that for supporting a child? Are you a father?"
This allows Granny to ride on my back and shoot things from top of me.
Oh, it's a battlement. Well, I dare say we could improve that battlement. And he says, "Are you interested in perhaps becoming a human?" Oh, you're not. Forgive me. I shouldn't say human. All you quadra
humanoid
you quadra-armed individuals all sort of look the same to me.
Well,
Harry's in the background, and he's like, "That's what I've been saying the whole time." It's like, it was from a different time. That's all.
Wow.
And,
yeah, I mean, even Xantor had like a suit, and it only had like the 2 arms, and his other arms were hidden underneath.
Well, the thing is like, all right, see, in the world, like, Elijah, you got 4 arms. No, you got 4 appendages. He's got 6, okay? So...
Yeah, he got 2 legs, 4 arms.
Anyway, listen, this is awful. Okay. So, while... Harry Frills and Ekel discuss the merits of their limb-based prejudice, the conversation turns swiftly back to your baby Bjorn. Yeah. Ekel says, "I could turn you into a walking, talking siege engine. We could make that the sort of thing that was lightweight, flexible as it is now, but hardens in a case of an emergency and becomes like a sort of thing that could..."
Like a little turret on my back for Granny and maybe provide her some armor coverage?
More like a turret cover, yes. Yeah. Like she herself would be the turret, but while riding on your back, she would be able to act as though she had half cover, which I believe is a +2 to your AC. Her AC, not yours, of course. It would offer no protection for you. I don't mean to be any sort of way. It just wouldn't. That's what I can offer you if you're interested in upgrading the baby Bjorn. Is we can turn it into like a turret-like shield stand, but it'll be still a flexible material, so it's like the...
That's what I was thinking. Something just to add, like, so she would get like some sort of cover.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Especially considering your transmutation powers, you would be able to turn it from soft to hard for battle whenever needed.
Nice. It has an on-off switch. I like that. And how many bucks would this cost?
Oh, we are... Where we are, you don't need money, my friend. Here, let us... The fate of the very universe depends on it, and we can only do so much to help you, but if we're going to fix what has been turned wrong by the actions of King Kenzie and those dastardly warlocks, well... It's going to take a little bit more interference on our end. Now, just don't
Dad imposter say what?
He looks at you, and his eyes blink twice. And his arms, both sets of his arms cross. And, like, we didn't talk about what they were wearing, but he has like his pants have a belt on it, and the belt is like his pants are pulled up way past the middle of his thorax, so he's like in the ultimate dad pose, like two sets of arms crossed, his belt over his belly, like, and he's wearing glasses, and his glasses are down low on his nose, and he's looking at you over the top of the glasses, and he says, Do you want the upgrade or not?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm reconvinced. I rolled terribly to read his mannerisms.
So he spends one of the 3 days fixing up the baby born, and it is now like this sort of cloth metal mesh, like a sort of like a
almost like it'd be like look like a sheet covering loose in the wind, but then when it's activated, it gets boom. Like harder.
Yeah, totally, 100%.
Like Spawn's cape.
Yes, that's I if you had a reference for it that people recognize, I'm grateful.
Yeah,
I don't know
Spawn's think Spawn's cape.
I believe you that is what it is. I see thumbs up from Anthony Ryan. This is good. 3 days pass, and Elijah feels stronger for it. A level 9 transmutation farm wizard. Granny Glenda, you have 3 days aboard an alien spaceship to become the best version of yourself you can be before embarking on the next part of your journey. How do you spend your time on this vessel?
So Granny Glenda's obviously going to rest up first after the couple of big fights, and after her rest, she will spend the rest of the time in the training room fighting. So she will be
What are you fighting against? Like, you get to it's like the holodeck or like the danger room, or it's like it's whatever you want to fight. So what are you bringing in there to train? And what environment are you in?
She does a little bit of all the environments, I would say, like one of each probably, and starts with about a group of 3 people and moves her way up to about a group of 4 people and a larger enemy as well.
Yeah, okay. So I'm picturing like your first enemies are like those blast caps from Penelope's Pond. Like, you're just programming in all the different versions of like the Fey creatures that you were fighting at first, and you're doing all sorts of things. You're throwing your sewing needles. They're not sewing needles. They're knitting needles. You're using your gun, and you find that in this holodeck area it doesn't run out of ammunition, and you're just popping headshots off. And when you see that these guys are no challenge for you, you bring in some gunners from the Heaven's Devils, and you're rolling out of the way of shotgun blasts while you're sneaking up behind and just stabbing them in the neck. And then when you stab them, you turn invisible because you got a critical hit. You turn around and stab somebody else and stay invisible because you rolled a 19 and got a critical hit as a champion.
Yeah, so I would also say she'd probably kill the Wooks, like specifically probably Raccoon, about like 500 times.
Oh wow, yeah, you
like
just keep bringing in Raccoon.
Like just as many times as possible. Like as soon as he responds, she's standing behind him, like stabbing him over and over again. Yeah, so her, as said, the critical hit.
Oh, I'm gonna pull that out so you can talk for it as though that wasn't said.
Well, as she's fighting, her critical hit chances go from 20 to 19, so she can now get a critical hit on a 19 and a 20. Nice. Yo.
Do either of y'all during y'all's training use those alien weapons?
Yeah, I'm using the Baisisa for sure.
And what's that? Remind me again. What's that? Xantor has an image in his mind, but he didn't take time to look at it up close. Like what? Do you mind describing it for me?
I like to picture it as a lightsaber type handle, except for when you turn it on, it's more in the shape of a sword or like a katana, like a samurai sword.
Oh, it's got a little bit of curve to it.
Yeah, and it's more like instead of glowing like blue or red or purple, it's more like an orangish gold almost kind of color.
I'm seeing the top making that scimitar-like thing,
Yeah, almost like
but not necessarily like hard light like we picture a lightsaber, but the curve that comes off is actually like scattering light. Like it's like like it looks like a scimitar, but it's less solid as it goes up. Explaining the curve, like something about the way the photons are kept together begins to dissipate and curve at the end, making the slice look.
Yeah, so I practice with that a lot, and I get really proficient with it.
What was the other alien thing?
It was the
blaster?
gun. Yeah, I slipped out to Xxxzantor as well, I will say.
He would have got rid of it.
I think he
and given
gave it to
you.
me. Yeah, I think that's
It does
ended up
shatter.
later.
It's like a shatter pistol
Yeah,
or something.
it's a great item.
Nice.
Yeah, it casts shatter, but in a cone, a 15-foot cone instead of in a 10-foot.
I think I tried to give it to Harry, but then ended up taking it back again.
Harry's
You
a
should
fucking
keep it.
NPC.
Yeah, you
like
should
he'll
keep
take
it.
it, but quit giving him to cool shit. Like
I know,
you got this
yeah.
DM. He's making you ammo makers. He's making you fucking laser guns, and you're like, let's give them to Harry.
To the classic, like, pull the gun out Han Solo pose every time I shoot it.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. I think you should.
Front facing, just.
I think that would be great.
I think it only had like 2 or 3 uses total, or like recharge.
No, it had 5, and it recharged daily.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
beautiful.
recharge
5 a day?
one
5
slot.
uses a
One
day.
charge
slot.
resets daily.
Yeah, one slot daily.
One slot per day. Okay.
But holds a clip of 5 shatter.
Yeah, but then 5
Yeah.
days, it's recharged if you have to
Fully,
blow it all.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
It is really cool.
So Xxxzantor, he's aside from like being in his room, like thinking, he's just like watching these guys with those specific weapons.
Yeah, so definitely practicing with the sword a lot, and I would say after several days of battling the enemies and all different variations and shapes and sizes, she becomes alert to her surroundings, and I get a +5 bonus on my initiative.
Wow.
I can't be
Nice.
surprised while I'm conscious, and other creatures don't gain advantage on attack rolls against you as a result of being unseen by you. So that's how Granny Glinda spends her time, is sleeping and training the entire time, and killing that same Wook about 500 times, as many times as possible.
As you grow in comfort and connection with yourself and your abilities, you step forward as a level 9 player. 5 levels in rogue, 4 levels in fighter. You are an assassin. You are a champion. You hit to kill, and you leave fear in your wake. Your power is known between dimensions, and everyone gives you a berth on the ship. Harry Frills approaches you the second night before the 3rd and final day on the ship. So, hey, Granny, you and me, what's going on with that, huh?
Oh, I don't know, honey. I'm just having a good time while
Oh.
I'm still alive.
You're still alive. I mean, you're one of them Fox folks. You may be old, but you're gonna live longer than me, probably. I'm just a regular old human guy, Here I am, like in my 30xx years old, I'm just saying, like, life don't go on forever. What are we doing? What am I asking too much? You don't want to put no labels on this, huh?
I suppose we could maybe try taking a grandma out to dinner, and then we'll see what happens. from there.
Yeah, all right. You see Harry kind of smiles a little bit. He's like, that's what I wanted. A foot in the door, Just a chance to take you out, show you a good time. Maybe show you them old thrills Harry Frills is known for. And I ain't talking about this pistol, you know what I'm saying? And he pulls out his big old revolver and shakes it in the air. And he's like, you're a killer yourself. I don't...
We know you don't hit, honey.
Oh, well, hey. Yeah, he just sort of turns red and he's like, listen, I don't know why I keep missing. It don't normally happen like that. Like I tell you, I'm normally a crack shot, right? All right. Well, hey, when we get back to the Earths, all this is said and done, we're gonna go out for Italian food.
What is Italian food, honey?
Well, that's where they, they keep an eye on how much you eat, and they keep a tally of it, and at the end of it, they're going to charge you for however much you eat. You can eat as much as you want. Italian food. They're tallying it up the whole time, so you just pay for it at the end, and we'll go Dutch. It'll be great.
That sounds great.
He's like, whew, she didn't complain about me saying we're going to go Dutch. That's great. And then the night he returns to whatever quarters he's staying in, happy and encouraged at the future that may come from the all-you-can-eat Itali buffet you will enjoy together. We return to the prodigal son Xantor, the warrior who was destined to bring together Trace Kinos in order to save time itself. Xantor, how are you?
He's like in his quarters, like half crying and half like angry, punching the pillows with like 1, 2, 3, 4 hands just over and over. Not too hard, not too soft, just like very unsure of everything. And he's like kind of pissed off his friends are like liking these fucking assholes. And he's so sure that they're fake, but what if they are real? What if they're not? He spends a lot of time doing that. He steps out of his quarters a couple times, once to watch Elijah when he starts hearing that pistol go off, and he's like, all right, yeah, whatever. And he sees all the cool, like, liquid metal, shiny, cool stuff that Elijah's got, and he's like, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
What was the second time he came out?
Oh, when he saw Granny repeatedly pulling out the raccoon. What was the name of the fella that you?
Raccoon. He was a gorilla person. Yeah. And she's just slicing him up with the blade slicer.
Yeah, and per usual, Xantor's like, that's fucking Granny's cool, man. Like,
while you're watching Granny Glenda with the blade slicer, a familiar sound comes from behind you. And you feel a surprisingly large presence nudge against your back.
Drake, what are
you turn around and notice that Drake has grown in size.
How did you even get here? What are you doing? I thought you were back on the bus. Oh my god. How'd you get so big, buddy?
As you ask him this, wings unfold from his back, clasped close. They
break
free, almost like a spider web breaking or a cocoon bursting open. Drake's wings come from his back, and in the small area of the ship, he is able to leap into the air and take flight around you in a puppy-like fashion, as he is still a young Drake, but almost comical because he is now the size of a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, I try to get on. I hug him, hug him around his neck and stuff, and like pet his wings, and Xantor's really just like inspecting his wings, holding his wings out and inspecting, and be like, "Oh my goodness, young man, what have you been eating?" He's like patting him on the head.
He gnars his teeth and kind of chomps at you, chomp chomp.
And then he's like, all right, well, you know what we gotta do, all right? And he's like, so he like tries to, as like a child would, one of their dogs, when you're a kid and you try to ride your dog or something, it's kind of similar to that. Like, probably shouldn't do it, but he's gonna try to do it anyway. So like Xantor like tries to get up, and.
So Drake is going to walk with you, and he's going to walk towards the holodeck where Granny Glenda has left. No one's in the holodeck now. And he just sort of looks at you and looks towards the holodeck controls and is looking back and forth, like trying to tell you to put something into the holodeck.
Well, for the first time since he's been on this ship, Xantor's smiling. You can tell he's like smiling. If anybody else notices, you see it like a pretty big fucking grin on
So you
Xantor's
can you
face,
can
like,
actually understand the words that Drake's saying, and he's in his draconic way. It doesn't quite translate to English, but he's encouraging you to put something into the holodeck, like a valley where you guys could go run free and fly together. Like he wants you to make something in the holodeck where you guys could go run together.
No, Drake, we're not going to use this. I don't know how you got here, and I don't know what they did to you and why you're so big. I remember we were together and we fought all the dudes, and neither here nor there. It's been a long time, and not a long time, a short time. A lot of stuff's gone on. Drake, we're not going to trust them. We're not going to use their little games, their little technology. Granny wants to do it. Elijah wants to do it. Cool, fine, whatever.
He's
Me
like,
and you, can you fly?
That's what he looks at you in his eyes, and he's like, "Don't you want to fly?"
Yeah, I want to fly off the ship, Drake. Come on. And he tries to pull him down the hallway.
He's resisting.
He's going to pull on him harder.
Okay, let's do a strength check.
It's just a motorcycle-sized dragon. I'm sure you can tug him.
Yeah, and I'm going to do the thaumaturgy thing, too. It's a strength check, you said?
Yeah.
All right. Xantor's getting pretty strong. He got a 26.
That's cool.
Does he move Drake?
What does this thaumaturgy do?
He just flashes his eyes. They get a little bit more fiery than usual.
Okay, so Drake got a natural 20, so he's going to use his acid breath at you. You're going to need to roll a dexterity saving throw to avoid the acid breath as you tug on your motorcycle-sized dragon.
Boy. 28.
All right, so you're going to take half damage.
He, while keeping his hand on Drake's, let's
he
call
takes
it
6 damage.
His collar. I'll take the damage. That's fine. Boy, he's grown up. But while keeping his hand on Drake's little collar area right between his wing and his neck there, he's does a cool backflip and then instantly flips one hand to the other, dodging most of the acid, but getting burned by 6 of it.
Yeah. On the hand, I'm guessing, because that's where you're held onto the collar. Mm-hmm. So your hand that was holding the collar is severely burned.
Drake, to your room.
Are you on his back now? Is that what you said?
I'm not on his back.
You didn't flip over his back, you just flipped out of the way. Okay, so yeah, I'm
trying to drag him down the hall.
He's going to begrudgingly go to his room, but he's not going to be dragged, but he'll go there. And so he goes to the room.
Xantor looks around to see if anybody noticed, and if nobody noticed, he's just going to storm off into the room.
So you go into the room that Drake just went into?
Yeah, and they're just eye to eye.
So whenever you enter the room, Drake is staring you down, but side-eyeing.
I'm staring you down.
Roll for perception.
Is he a teenager?
Look, I am the papa here. I just want to lay down some rules. Oh,
Yeah. We're about to perceive what's what here, fella. Give me 1 second. Let me grab this.
11.
So with your 11, you do not notice any. You're so focused on Drake, you don't notice anything else at this point. But Drake is looking at you and his nostrils are flaring, and he's challenging your authority.
Xantor slowly walks to the refrigerator to get some ice cream or something. He's trying to kind of get on the same level, and Drake likes a particular kind of bacon sauce on his ice cream.
He sees that you're getting the ice cream. You roll for animal handling to see how he feels about the ice cream.
I know how he feels about the ice cream. I miss Papa. I rolled a 24.
Yeah, so he's his haunches, his hackles go down and his nostrils stop flaring, and he sort of slinks over. And it's large, it's loud, and he's trying to be quiet and slink over, and he sees you're getting the ice cream.
Yeah, and wiping the acid off of my face.
He goes up to where you're you wipe some of the acid off the floor, and he licks it up.
Yeah, buddy. First off, look, hey, you look amazing. You look great. When did this happen?
He preens and he's kind of explains in Draconic that whenever you freed him from gluttony, that even though gluttony was his original papa, when you became his true papa and freed him from gluttony, that he broke free from the limitations that gluttony had put on him, and he was able to grow into this new, fuller form.
Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. That's, yeah. I mean, look, I got your back, you got my back. Push comes to shove, my man, it's me and you.
He says, push comes to, he like kind of communicates like, yeah, push comes to shove. You were pushing and shoving me. And he's like,
I was pulling you to an exit to get you off of this freaky alien ship, buddy. Do you not see what's going on around us?
He asks you what exit, like, what exit?
The closest wall that you can burn through, bro. Look, we're going to get Granny. We're going to get the blade slicer. We're going to cut through the walls. What we can't cut through, you're going to burn through with your acid, because I'm sure it's a little more potent.
He spits some acid on the walls of the ship.
Yeah, I know. I can still feel it.
And shows you, like, no, he's like spitting another one. He's like, and he's like trying to show you, like,
buddy,
you're not going to break
nasty,
through the wall
dog.
of this. This is like space-time material. This is adamantine.
What?
It's acid-proof.
Well,
And he's communicating all of this intraconic. Like, what you hear is like,
and likewise, Xxxzantor is like,
yeah, you're talking in that language. If anybody's listening, like, roll for perception to see if anybody notices all of this. You guys are around the ship somewhere, after all.
18.
1. So Granny Glenda is like watching outside of the room and has like a little bit of popcorn and is watching and tries to show, like, is like gesturing to Elijah to come close, but Elijah
shooting that shatter gun.
Yeah, Elijah's like just doesn't notice.
Very oblivious tonight in my perception.
So
he's just trying to say, like, look, he's trying to tell Drake that his end goal is to get off the ship. Like, he just doesn't trust him, and he, like, communicates that to the best of his ability and kind of leaves it at that. He's not going to force him, but that's what his goal is going to be.
So as you finish your conversation with Drake, he curls up in his corner of the room, just accepting what you said. And roll for perception again, this time with advantage.
21 on the first roll.
Okay, great. So you realize that there's a parcel on the bed. It's like, looks like leather straps wrapped around some sort of gunmetal objects. There's like two objects, gunmetal. It's kind of the same color as Elijah's arm. Or like
on Xantor's bed in his quarters?
Yeah, it's on Xantor's bed in his quarters, and you see a note on top of all of that.
He just would, if it looked like the book that Elijah was talking about, he would just take it to Elijah and be like, look, I think that somebody left this for you.
Okay, it's not a book. It doesn't look like a book.
Oh, I thought it was like a leather book.
It's a leather straps. So like when you pick it up, when you go to pick it up, thinking
more like
it's
a saddle kind of thing.
It's like a bag?
So when you pick it up and... like you thinking it's a book or like trying to figure out what it is, you disregard the note, but you do know the note's there because you rolled really well. You pick it up and it's straps that seem to have been made with, it's like a vest or like a bandolier or it's a holster. As you unfold it, you realize it's a holster made specifically for dual crossbows. And made for somebody that has 4 arms.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
And inside of that, there's these 2 gunmetal-like objects that look like hand crossbows, like two hand crossbows, but they don't have a drawstring, and you don't see any logical place to load ammunition. You do see a trigger, like what you're used to on a hand crossbow, on each of them.
At this point, he's assuming it's alien technology and not trusting it at all. He's picking it up, throwing it on the ground, and then like...
All right. You don't want to read the note?
Is there like, if there's a trash receptacle, he would take all of that and put it in some kind of trash receptacle.
Okay. You're not going to read the note?
Nope.
All right.
He would lay down to go to bed.
Okay.
Do I see him throw it away?
Yeah.
Come on, perception.
Yeah, Granny Glenda is watching, so she doesn't. You don't have to roll.
Oh, okay.
You
you
see that happening.
Yeah, I just walk over to the trash can and pull it out and read the note.
Do you read it out loud?
No, I'm gonna read it to myself.
Okay, so what it says is,
can I do like a check to see if I perceive her trying to get that out of there.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you see her doing it.
I'm like laying down. I imagine Xantor's like laying down.
It's your
like,
quarters.
Yeah.
They're your private quarters. So somebody just came in.
You got all kind of stealth checks. I don't think I could beat it.
Was
with
it like a trash can that like stays in the room?
Yeah.
It has to be like emptied. It wasn't like a drawer going to like a main trash. Okay, so it's still in the room.
He got a 10 on his check. He probably didn't even notice. He's
Okay.
like really upset right now.
Okay, so Granny Glenda, you see the bandolier and the hand crossbows and a note, and it's written in like a hasty script. You can tell whoever wrote it was emotional, maybe angry, maybe sad, and it says, "Dear son, I'm sorry for everything we've done that has hurt you. We knew that this would be hard, and though it has been hard on all of us, we know that it was hardest on you. It had to be this way. For your sake, for the sake of your unborn brother, and for the sake of all time and space, we had to help you become the hero that we knew you could be. We can never make up for everything we've taken from you. But in order to aid you on this journey, I want you to have your grandfather's bolt casters. These hand crossbows have been in our family for 10 generations of watchers. They will aid you and make you a more powerful foe against the enemies of balance and good. If you never speak to us again, we understand, but you can always contact us whenever you need us using this." And you see with the bolt casters is a small device. It says, "This device will transport you to and from the ship. It can also be a short-wave teleportation device, acting like the spell you might be familiar with from your world, Dimension Door. It has limited uses, and it can only be used to return home once. It can be used as Dimension Door once a week. Good luck, son. The universe is depending on you, and whatever happens, just know, we are proud of the man you have become. We are proud of you standing up for yourself and your friends, and we love you." And it's signed Ekel and Isbet.
Yeah, so Granny Glenda's gonna like secretly keep the note and she's gonna keep it all, and she won't tell Xantor that she has it, but in case there's ever a moment one day where she feels like he would be ready to receive it, she's gonna keep it.
Okay. Sounds good. So, Xantor, you are wallowing in your sorrow. You have grown. Your Drake has grown. You've likely gained new spells, things that you'll become more familiar with as you move through these strong, powerful feelings. But in the meantime, you are isolating yourself and seeking escape. During these last 3 days, or these 3 days on the ship, you are now a level 7 Drake Warden and a level 2 fighter. What is it?
He took on Goodberry because it just like he wanted to make something for himself.
So you're sitting there eating.
Yeah,
like you're just depressed binging.
Yep.
So,
which is a spell that lets you create like a good berry, which is like a good little piece of fruit that you can eat.
Nice.
So he's just doing that, practicing that, and eating the good berries.
So you're like in your room wallowing and eating, but you do grow, and this time is still beneficial for you. At the third day, you all gather, ready to leave. Harry looks at you. So we going back? Is we gonna hold him to their word? Gonna, you know what I mean? Like, is we going?
I think we're leaving here, Sonny.
Oh lordy, yes.
Did you guys find a way to get off this
I
freaking
haven't
hellhole?
pooped since I got on this ship.
Oh my.
Well, but the probing made my. I don't feel comfortable.
I'm telling you.
Revealing.
I
probing.
also have not pooped.
The
since I've been on
probing?
this ship.
I didn't know
The
about the probing.
Well, that was the Greys. It wasn't your parents. We saved your parents from the people that did the probing.
Did you guys see Drake? He got huge. Look at this guy.
Look at him. He's
wow,
beefcakes.
He's so
monstrous.
handsome.
Look,
Dude,
I'm
he's
telling
gonna
you.
lift
He's got wings.
As much as y'all might want to trust these guys, let's just get out of here and never look back. They're not to be trusted.
Okay, Xantor.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's
Sorry.
go. And you
Sorry.
all go into the command center, and you see Ekel and Isbeth have powered up a machine. There is a beam of white light in one sector of the command center. It's like the size of a cryopod. Like one person could walk into it at a time. And when you look at it, you see shimmering in the light. The moment that you were abducted into the UFO, you see on the other side the van in the distance on the road. You see the field of cattle. You see the bejeweled calf in the field. You get the impression that this is your way back. Ekel looks at you and says, I knew that it was time. Watching is what we do, and we could tell that you were all ready to go. He doesn't even bother looking at. He doesn't look at Xantor. He's like not making eye contact. He's looking at Elijah and Granny Glenda. He's like, we will do what we said. And remember, you are the heroes. We believe in you. We trust you. And he's like resisting looking at Xantor, but kind of side-eyeing over there. And does Xantor look at them at all?
No, Xantor's petting Drake and just be like, let's get out of here, buddy. Fuck these guys.
So
Don't even listen to him.
He kind of turns his back and goes back to. He's like, Kyle, these calculations are important. If we're going to get you to the exact moment without altering anything, we have to move quickly and one after another. Don't waste any time.
Xantor, you first.
What order did you all enter into the ship?
I don't remember.
Does that matter?
Does that matter? And he's like,
Bolt's first, dog. You don't remember?
I think it was Harry, and then me, and then Elijah, and then Xantor.
yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. And Harry's gonna walk in. He's like, all right, me first then. And he walks through the portal, and he is gone. You now see him on the other side of the portal. Who goes next?
I think that would be me, but Elijah, maybe you should hold hands with Xantor. I don't want these people to try to snatch him since he's the last one to walk out.
That's a good idea.
I've got a word. I've got a couple words. And actually, you know what?
There's no time. You guys have to go.
Okay, I jumped through the portal.
Thank you for your hospitality and this cool new fancy arm. And
Isbeth says, thank me by going. There is no time.
We were able to rid your ship from them oozes.
She's like
Goodbye.
pushing you, like, yeah.
Let's step backwards into the portal.
Isbeth looks at you, Xantor. She doesn't say anything. Her eyes are just pleading, like, go. Like, she loves you, but go.
Damn it. And he just walks out.
All right. You all find yourselves once more in a cow field. The bright light above you is gone. The golden calf nowhere to be seen. Regular cows are mooing all around you and sort of nosing at you. The sound of them chewing fills your ears, and you hear the honk of the Happy Trickster's bus, and you hear King Kenzie say, well, come on now. It's time to get going. We've got to get on the road. You guys quit playing in the field with those cows. And we'll pick up there next time on the next installment of Wooks and Warlocks.
Round and around in the tunnel when it's dark we go, searching through the rubble for what wants to spark like a shout in the night. And the sight of the past, it can fill us with fear all night. Though we know the wheel comes back after time. Oh, sweet time. And the soul will rise from the ashes. We will climb as we shout into the night. Let no man mute my battle cry.
Wooks and Warlocks features Anthony Ryan as Xxxzantor, the Bugfolk Ranger, Jesse Bennett as Granny Glenda, half Foxfolk Rogue, John Lombardi as Elijah Woodstone, the Elk Folk Wizard, and Trey Miller as Dungeon Master. Intro and outro feature the song Flight of the Phoenix by Tirefire. Recording and editing are completed in-house by the Wooks and Warlocks team. Recording consultation provided by Adam Horwitz. You can find us online at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Discord under the name Wooks and Warlocks. Links can be found in the description. If you would like to sponsor an episode of Wooks and Warlocks, please contact us at wooksandwarlocks@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.
Dark clouds brew in a storm deep in the sky. Words spoken in anger, vibrate like a neon sign in the mind's eye, multiplied by time and time again. It's those we love that we lose when we struggle with what's inside. Just hoping for hope, something to ward off the fright. And the soul will rise from the ashes.